Hi guys, welcome to this video. In this one I'm going to do the review of something special because for the moment it is something unique, and that is called the Ex Libris, and that's what's standing on the right. Let me explain what the Ex Libris is. First, where it comes from. It comes from Lorenzo Dini. He's an Italian craft maker, leather crafter, and he already did this leather notebook for me, and I just loved the leather that he uses. Maybe it's important to locate where he is, so you can find him on Etsy, previously on Lorenzo Dini Firenze, and now on LoVeAndCrafts. I'll put the link below when I post the video. And what's special about him is that he brands or burns his designs into the leather pieces, so it's a no mistake process, right? And so when I received this, I just loved the leather, and it has aged so well that I wanted a piece that was special, just to reproduce some things that I do myself. For example, I have this one. What I use this cover for is for my books. So this is Barania leather, and I do these covers myself, and they carry my books. Great, so we have folio size books, and all the pockets, what we call pocket size book, have the same size. So I've got plenty of these, but I don't know, we just destacked our books, so maybe just probably 400 or 500 left here, so in that size. And what I do is, since I love leather notebooks and I love the feel of the leather under my hands, then I just make these covers, and I like the feel. So when I received this notebook and I felt that leather and the smell of it and the specialness of it, this is a Toscan bull leather, then I thought, okay, I want that leather on one of my covers. So the only way to have this is to go on Etsy, find a maker, and then ask for a custom product. And that's what I did, and then that was the occasion also not to have a very simple cover like this one, but to ask Lorenzo to use his craft for drawing and branding the leather to make a special design. So let's have a look at it and keep this one for later to show you how the leather ages, because that's an important matter with raw leather. Okay, so that is not an unboxing. So when it arrives, you get, you know, like when you buy a I'm looking for the word, when you buy a leather where you place your credit cards, I can't remember, just went out of my head. But when you buy these, you get them in a box, then it's the same kind of box, and then it comes in this silk pouch where you can put them back when you want to keep them for a few weeks or a few months without them aging the way you wouldn't want them to. And so here it is. And I chose a size that would allow me to put very big books inside. So this one is really a thick one. So it reaches the limit of it, but it's just perfect. And usually my books are a little smaller, so that's just perfect. Okay? And so I chose the Cheshire Cat, "We're all mad here" quote, which is a very, very famous one. I wanted that design to be something people would recognize, not something that would tell much about myself, but sorry, we've got the flu here. And something that would be funny. I find that character very, we have a word here in France which is facetieux. He likes to play jokes and that kind of things. And on the other side, I chose a quote by Daniel Sant, who's a web poet, which says, "She wore her scars as her best attire, a stunning dress of hellfire," which speaks to me because of the health problems I go through, and that's the whole piece. If you want to see that, that's really cool. with a black elastic. So here you get the black elastic and the little thing, little bead there to hold everything, and it puts two small elastics to hold the book, and it holds the book pretty well, as you can see. And there you've got the Love and Craft signature, which is very discreet inside. And so what I suggest is we have a closer look at that lever. So remember, this is brand new. So he painted the borders with the black border paint, which is something I really like. He made a small imprint on the side, which I think does finish the thing. And then the lever is a nice bull Tuscan lever from Toscani, and it's got texture, and sometimes you can see veins. So it's a roll lever. See, and the design is branded inside the lever, which at the beginning will leave a few traces. I mean, the burned parts will come off a bit, but I will show you that it's not really an issue, and the design does stay. So here, let's have a look at the other side. Here you can see veins inside the lever. Okay, and inside is what it looks like. So let's have a look at how this ages. If you're a lever roller, someone who rolls their levers to break them, it will definitely change that lever, and that is going to be floppier. Not floppy, but floppier than what it was at first. This is very stiff and rigid when you get it, but it evolves very quickly. This one was the same when it arrived. I've been using it in class for about 2 months, and let's say daily class use is something very intense, but since I was on sick leave about 1 month, that was not so much. So it has changed a lot since I got it, and you will see the differences between the two. I didn't roll it because branding is not really perfect with rolling. It's going to destroy, like you can see the burned parts can come off a bit. I feared they would come off a lot, but they didn't. So I wouldn't try rolling, and I would suggest it's not really necessary. Not on that type of lever that won't show marks of rolling, and that will become supple with time, which is mostly the case with 3mm thick levers. So that's the same thickness. Right. It doesn't look as it's the same because the borders were cut, but it's the same thickness. So let's have a look at them like this. As you can see, maybe, yeah, okay. When I put the light like this, you can see there's a sheen or a shine, I think you say a sheen, on this one, which isn't on the other yet. It's starting to appear, and if you brush a lever like this, it should appear. So it comes very quickly, and you can see it on this side, that sheen. Right? It becomes a lot more brilliant, and the color evolves a lot. Like you can see here is the place where I usually put my fingers, and I do this kind of movement because that's something that appeases me a lot, and it puts me at peace. Yeah. And so you see the color is different. So what shall you expect from a raw lever is browns. Browns that come very quickly or very slowly, depending on the use you have, depending on the oil in your hands. But usually, when you love leather, I suggest you get one piece in raw leather, because you will get that kind of aging, which is so unique to that type of leather. It will show marks, it will show how you use it. On this one you can see it shows ink, right? And the leather is a lot more pliable than it was at first. I mean, this is not something that I can do with this one, right? It's not pliable, but it will in just a few weeks become as pliable as this one. And that's a very pleasant thing. I do not like floppy leather. I like the leather to hold well. And this is the case. You've got the softness, and it holds very well. When you can put it like this, it stays right. And it will get that type of color change, which you can see is stronger on the sides, and it will move to a light brown, then a deep brown, and sometimes when people have acidic hands and the object is outside in the sun a lot, then you get red browns, but really, really red ones. And that's really beautiful. And so if you're a book lover and you like leather notebooks, then I suggest that you try this. I've been reading using my own covers for months, and I just really love the feel of it. When I'm somewhere and no one knows what I'm reading, but I've got the feel of a leather that is so soothing to touch and move, and it's, I don't know why there's that effect, but that's how I feel. Like, I like to touch that leather. It's what I do also with my traveler's notebook from Midori, and I keep doing this, and so it shows because that part is a lot browner than the rest. But you can combine your love of reading and your love of leather notebooks by using that kind of cover. So with Lorenzo, we call this the Ex Libris, just a kind of pun. And so that's something you can ask from him. What I suggest is you measure your books and then you add plaster. So this is a big one, but basically what you would want in these, right, let me show you, is at least 1 centimeter on both sides once the book is completely flat, and 8 and 8 on the other side. That's what I chose, 8 and 8. And I think a bit more, I chose a bit more than 1 centimeter. That's a big one. I measured on a smaller one, so depending on the range of things you use, just choose 1 centimeter on both sides for the bigger book that you have. And then it doesn't really matter, because you see, when you close it, you do not have 1 centimeter left. So you've got to hold in account the fact that this place is lost. And that's really something you gotta believe me. Reading in leather covers is just absolutely gorgeous, and the feeling is as good as using leather notebooks. So, should you want that kind of thing in raw leather that's going to age perfectly while you read, you will be handling this a lot. The oil in your hands will be touching the leather a lot. That's going to age beautifully. I do suggest raw leather. And if you like that kind of thing, branding and the designs Lorenzo can do for you, and let me tell you, he is an artist. He can do things that are way more complicated than this. Then go to his web page on Etsy, which is LoveAndCraft, and maybe you can ask for your own custom design. It's a bit expensive, but it's not too expensive. Right, and thanks for watching. See you next time. And I suppose I won't have time to publish another videos until Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all of you, and to all a very, very, very nice Christmas Eve. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.